Welcome and greetings, my League of Eagles. Welcome to Leaders in Light, Love, and Legacy. This is your sacred space where presence meets purpose and where your inner truth is refined into visible leadership. I am Joy Ruffen, and each week we gather to elevate the way you show up in the world through authentic confidence, intentional style, and leadership that leaves a lasting legacy. It's more than a conversation. It is an awakening, a refinement, a return to who you truly are. So please do join me every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my website and on YouTube, Apple Podcasts coming soon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, plus Amazon Music. And every month I will be introducing to you a theme, and we're in the month of August. I know it's hard to believe. And our theme this month, they're all good, but this one, dear to my heart, the power to care and the power to lead. And one of the many things that my featured guest and I will be talking about today, a new slant, I think, but you'll be well versed in what the work is that she does. And before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about my featured guest speaker. Now, she knows and I know, and we've had a few laughs and a few but I'm going to attempt to pronounce her name because it's really quite easy, and she's been very much graceful with me. Her name is Debby Emeny. And then what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about her. She is a transformational coach, a sound healer, an author, a speaker, and a certified master EFT practitioner trainer with decades of helping people create meaningful change in their lives. And you know, Debby has an extensive, well-rounded, long, involved background, but I'm going to allow her to come up and to greet us and for her to share a little bit about her background with you. So Debby, as they say on the telly, come on up. You're already here. We're having some technical issues. And share with us a little bit about your background.
Lovely. Thank you, Joy. And thank you for that lovely introduction and for pronouncing my name totally correctly. I appreciate that.
Thank you. We had fun.
My background, yes, it spans a very, very long time. And I'd just like to work backwards if that's easier. And with what I'm doing now is something that came through me, and my main modality is called Quantum Holographic Healing. Now, it sounds like a bit of a mouthful, and the reason for that is I remote view your past lives, I remote view your ancestral lives, or even multi-dimensional lives, and that all sounds a little bit on the crazy side. And I have been challenged up one side and down the other with that, but I have no option but to accept that that is what I'm looking at for you, and this is done distantly. But we will get into that a little bit later on in our chat here today.
Yes. We will, Debby, and we will end with that because I'm mesmerized and absolutely enticed by knowing a wee bit more about it. Because that word quantum and holographic, we all kind of know, but it's kind of vague for the majority of us who are not in the fields that you're in, that you work in. So we'll say that for the last. And I love the way you introduced it to all of us, because you're saying so many people look upon much of the work that you're doing as a little bit crazy. And I can say this because I know this to be true. What was considered crazy and bizarre and really out of the realm of reality many, many moons ago, so much of it today, Debby, in all the different arenas that you dance in, anybody who has a specialty in something, it's no longer considered crazy. So we're going to talk about that. But in the meantime, I'm mesmerized. I'm fascinated by what you call sound and frequency healing, which supports physical and emotional well-being. So please give us a little bit of a synopsis and share with us as much as you can about what that entails and how you go about that.
Sure. Sound healing has really taken off these past few years, and there are so many people getting involved in sound healing. And I've been, as you said, I've got decades of experience in many different things, and I don't need to go into that now.
Yes.
But 5 years before I picked up the tuning forks, I knew I was going to pick them up. And I have been working off the body almost all my life. I came in with the innate gift that I could connect with people's energies. And it was something that I didn't realize wasn't common because it was common to me. And so when I picked the tuning forks up, that was just an extension from my point of view of sensing the energy field. And if people know what a tuning fork looks like, they're just a handle with two metal prongs either side of it. And some of them have weights at the end and some don't. And I use both, and they both do different things. But for the purpose of what we're talking about here, the ones without the weights, I use off the body. And that's primarily what they are for. They're not that good for on the body, because the frequency is in the air rather than going through into your body. So the way that I use them, so I've been discovering, is that when I connect with somebody's energy field with the tuning forks, what I see and sense is more like a barcode. And I explain it that way because people can usually understand what a barcode looks like from purchasing anything in the stores nowadays. And so that barcode has thick and thin lines to it. And within the barcode is information, and information has frequency. It is a wave pattern. And so the tuning fork picks up the wave pattern within that barcode. And that's where the information is stored. And my barcode reader decodes that information so I understand it. So that's the clearest, most simplest way that I can talk about how I use the tuning forks.
Well, I received that, but I still have a question because I'm not knowing, and if I'm not knowing, I'm sure there's zillions of others out here who are the same. You said the barcode, that your tuning fork, that the barcode is able to pick up and read it. Well, how do you decipher whatever it's reading? What is it reading? Is it waves or, we don't know. So we, as they say in the movies, we have a hunger to know. How does it do that?
That's a great question. I'm just deciding how to answer that one.
Yes.
That the barcode in my world contains a waveform. That waveform contains information. Like any sound wave, it contains the information of that sound. But within that, I can pick up with my innate gift of being able to connect with people's energy ever since I was consciously aware. And I'm going to use this word loosely, interpret or read that energy. So that's what I do with the barcode. I read or interpret both the energy that is stored within that barcode by using the tuning fork. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. In other words, for the simplicity of it, and for a layman like myself, but who hungers to know more, is that like when you're able to read the barcode and the waveform? Are there the barcode and the waves, or they go up and down from the lowest to the middle to the highest and so on? And then no, it doesn't work like, or it does?
It depends on what it is that I connect with. So something like anxiety for me, and me personally, will have a jagged waveform. Whereas having connect with somebody who has depression, it can often appear as there'll be a little jaggedness in the waveform, and then it drops out. So it really takes a slump downwards. So that's how my tuning fork in my hands, connecting with another person's energy field, interprets or decodes that barcode.
Well, if you're interpreting and decoding that barcode, another question, because I have no shame in asking, are there code books? Is there some kind of a guidebook, or you feel this out and you know this from your own way of working with the barcodes, the tuning fork, and so on. Okay.
Yeah,
So
correct.
it is
That's my innate knowledge.
very, very specialized innate knowledge, isn't it? And I'm sure it's very exclusive to those who have the ability to understand and read the barcode and the tuning fork information, the waveform. It is fascinating to me. How does the sound healing, how does that support and help people in their emotional well-being? Does it open up something that they're not aware of or not tuning into or not? How does it work?
Yeah, everything is energy. I'm sure pretty much everybody has heard that statement.
Heard it.
Everything is energy. Yeah. Yeah. And so that includes the emotions. So every emotion carries a waveform. And I don't want to get hung up on waveforms. That's just an interpretation of how I try to explain what it is and what I sense and feel and sometimes see. So being able to connect with the energy field, with anybody's energy field, wherever you are in the world. I work with people across the world, never seen, spoke to them, etc. But I can still connect with them. I've always had that ability, only with their permission, by the way. I must add that. It's very important to have permission. I don't just do it randomly.
Oh.
So I'm very ethical.
No, you don't sound that way at all, Debbie. You don't sound that way at all to me, and I would be the first one to spot. But you said you have permission. And I think I know you mentioned that earlier and it went over and out, but I get it now. You don't do or deliver any information unless it's privy to you and you feel the integrity of it, and then you deliver.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So everything that has ever happened to us, this is my innate knowledge here, is held in our energy field. That's something that I came into this world knowing. So everything that has happened to you is held in your energy field. It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or 100 years ago or thousands of years ago. It is still held there. I don't know how. That's a little beyond my scientific interpretation. But I just know that it is. And that's what I connect with. And again, it's using the tuning forks. That's how I get the depth of the information. Just the off the body with my hands type of scenario is not as deep as with the tuning forks, because I have the frequency and vibration of the tuning fork in my hand. So where there is an uneven, let's put it that way, waveform, like the dropping out of the depression, the frequency of the tuning fork can smooth that waveform out. So it's more like a sideways S, if I can term it that way. So it becomes smooth. And so that means that the emotion, if you're anxious, depressed, or whatever it might be, will be lessened. Will it be gone? I don't know. But it will be lessened.
Well, let me ask you something, because as you're explaining that, Debbie, because I'm I started to say one of the few, but no longer, I do believe in reincarnation. And when you say everything is held in the energy form, and yes, we've all heard everything is energy, but like any and everything else, we hear these things and sometimes it doesn't resonate. It doesn't get into the marrow of our bones. So the question for you, even though you and I have had a conversation, I'm going to ask you, does this have anything to do, because if it's held in your energy field from the beginning of time or birth and every birth or reincarnation after, do you believe in reincarnation?
Well, that's a $6 million question, isn't it? And who's going to give me $6 million to answer it?
Well, it is for many people. I solely and completely believe in it, but I've met zillions of people, I exaggerate to make a point, who, like you, do all of this brilliant, absolutely intuitive work. Some do and most don't. So what I'm gathering from you is you don't, but yet you're saying this energy field, it could have held any type of pain or grief or sorrow or illness or whatever from past, you didn't say from past life, from long ago. So
Mhm.
that
Yep.
leads me to think that you might believe it, but you don't want to voice it.
No, I'm more than happy to talk about it because that's where my quantum holographic work goes.
Okay. And that's what we're going to end with. Okay.
And so do I believe in past lives? I just need to sidetrack just for a minute saying that
Please.
although I was born into this world of energy, I'm also extremely analytical. I had a job as an analyst, as a computer programmer.
Uh-huh.
And so I need the science and I need the facts to match what I'm doing. And so I am aware that there are children that come into this world who may remember, for example, that they were a fighter pilot and they lived in this country and they were their friends. That's where they lived, all of that. And it turns out to be true. And that is unexplainable factually. And so that's where I sit. Yes, there is somewhat of a belief or an acknowledgement of past lives, but there's also my left logical, skeptical brain that says there is no concrete proof. And so that's where I sit in the middle of all of that. So I need to totally suspend any and all of my beliefs when I come into a session with somebody and just take it as is. And that can be quite challenging for me sometimes, particularly when events occur, which may seem a little bit crazy. I have to keep going with what I see, sense, hear, and feel.
I'm laughing in love and I'm chuckling with you because I get the dynamics of what you're talking about. Because when one comes with these highly specialized gifts, no matter what instruments or tools they're using, there's that inner kind of something that, and you say you always get permission, that surfaces or shows up that you speak to, that you don't have any analytical logic behind it to present, but it's there, and so you present it. And I get that, because when you say the left logical brain and you kind of sit in the middle, I'm thinking maybe there's so many charlatans out here, that might be a good place to sit, because your work is valued with all the people that you're working with, so it has merit. Very well explained, Debbie.
Thank you. It took some years explaining it.
Yeah, and then I would think, and I'm going off the rails here, which I do often, I would think that's one of the qualities that people don't even kind of know about that makes your approach to healing quite different from others.
Yeah. My approach is very different.
Yes.
In that when somebody comes to see me, I don't force a modality on them. Now, if somebody books for a modality, they can have that modality, but sometimes something else needs to come in as well. What I do is look at the client, look at the person, and from my 25 years of learning and training and many, many modalities, I blend modalities to match what that person needs. So that's the big difference. You don't, if you're here with me in person, there can be 3-4 modalities combined in the one session, and you would never know.
Well, let me ask you this. When people come to you without any names or information, broad-based, what do they come to you and share with you? The type of pain they're in and what they're dealing with, or do you just work cold from the waveform, the interpretation, the decoding that you get, whatever you feel and you sense in that person?
Love that question. Thank you, Joy. So for me personally, the most important thing is the person's intention.
The person's intention.
Yep, that is the most important thing. And the intention must be very clear and succinct. I do not need anybody's life history, because then I may only repeat what you have told me and come back to me and say, well, I'd already told you that. And I don't want that to happen. This must be as clear and clean as possible, so you as the client knows that it's real and I'm not making it up based on what you've told me. So for somebody that has a pain in their shoulder or wherever, for example, I've had this happen. They can come to me and say, I've had shoulder pain for years. I've tried everything. Why is it not going away? And that's all I need. Again, I work with people all across the world, distantly, never met them, never seen them. It's just an email. And so that is the intention that I connect with. That gives me access. That's the key that opens the door to the holographic blueprint.
I get that. I understand that, because you don't need to have, like so many do, the day, month, and year that they were born, the full name that they had at their birth, on their birth certificate, the city, state, and the country they were born in, and you don't need all of that. You just need to know if someone comes to you and say, I've been having serious pains in my right hip for the longest of time, and sometimes that's all you need, and then that's it. I think that's very sound. Do people have to, you mentioned this, but do people have to relive painful memories in order to heal that, whatever it might be?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the beauty of this work, is that because everything is held in your energy field, you don't have to say a word. And I have worked with trauma, with people in front of me, and they've not had to say a word, and it has lessened, if not gone away. And I do not want to make light of trauma at all, because it's a huge thing, and that's not what I'm attempting to do.
Far from it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that there are many ways that I can work with the events, as I call them, and because they're all held in your energy field, and using the tuning forks, I connect with them. Whenever I work with people remotely, distantly, or online, or anywhere, my number one, top of the list, is keep you safe.
Yes.
That's my number one. I keep you safe. And so if I see, sense, or hear something that would negate that, I will not tell you. I can skirt around it, but I will not tell you. But any really, use the word, negative event that is held within your energy field, it is sensed as that waveform. We go back to that, and the tuning fork helps to dissolve that waveform and put it in a better place, if I can frame it again that way. So you don't need to say a word.
Fascinating, fascinating. That leads me to, again, off the rails. Do you get contingent upon what the ailment or the situation might be that they want more clarity on? Do you get and have repeat customers, or do they come to you once for something and come back to you again for something else? You know, without...
Sometimes I have people come back after having a quantum holographic healing. They can be fascinated by it.
That's where we're going. Yes.
And so that goes to your past life, ancestral life, and there's been some really far out things that's happened there that's challenged me up one side and down the other.
Woohoo.
So they can come back and ask further questions, either about that particular session, of which a full recording is provided. I send it to the client exactly as I narrate it, unedited, with the tuning fork or any other instruments that come through, for them to listen back. And it is recommended they listen back around about 3 times, because like anything, when you're watching a movie, you get so engrossed in one part and then it's gone ahead of you that you missed what comes after.
Right.
So that's what my clients have been telling me. But people do come back for repeat experiences, which is what I'll call them.
I like that. And I like the way you explain that to us, because listen, I'm a loner, but I'm never alone, and I never feel alone. So I feel that if I'm not getting something as succinctly as I need to, then I ask. When I was much, much younger, I didn't do that, Debbie, but now I do. And that leads us, the time flies here. I want you to explain and tell us a little bit more. You mentioned it a few times, and you said, and I said to you that we'll do this towards the end. Explain to all of us, as simplistically as you can, what quantum holographic healing is all about, because that's what you're, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me, that you're working with more now than at any other time. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All
It's
right.
my own modality that came through me many years ago.
Mm.
And having the ability of being able to see, sense, hear, etc. I was working with a client using the tuning fork, and I was transported, for want of a better word, into what I could only describe as their past life. And I could see 360 degrees all around me. I could hear everything that was going on. I see it in full color, in quite some detail.
Woohoo.
And so I'm still learning this modality. It's been such amazing information come through with this, is that a past life only shows up when a part of your holographic resonance body has shattered off or shattered.
Shattered.
So what that means is, there was a client I work with where she had a sore shoulder. And what I saw instantly, it was distant, is that she was in the French Revolution.
Oh, I'm laughing now because you know what? I get your analytical mind and how you mentioned past lives and yeah, okay, it's coming together. Got it. Okay. And how did this affect her shoulder?
That's right. So I had to keep myself out of the way, step right back, just look at the image, narrating everything that I'm seeing. And she was helping people leave France during the times of the French Revolution. I'm not historical. I am not geographical. I really didn't take to those subjects at school. And what happened to her in this past life is that a gendarme or somebody jumped her from behind. She turned around and injured her shoulder. And so that event, when she ascended, there was no death in this quantum holographic. There is only ascension. There is zero trauma, only an event. And that's very important because it's keeping you safe. And so this event shattered off a part of her holographic resonance body, and it stayed there by the dockside in France. And when she ascended, because part of it had shattered off, let's think of it, your holographic body is a 100-piece puzzle. Let's say there was 5 pieces that shattered off. I don't determine any number. This is just an example. So 5 pieces shattered off by the dockside in France. So when she ascended, her holographic body was 95% complete, 5% missing. That's the 5% we connect with, or I connect with. And that has the whole story. Like any hologram, when you take the smallest part out of it, look at it under a microscope, you see the whole picture.
Wow.
And so that's why it's holographic healing. And so I'm working with that hologram, and then there's an ascension part as well. So that hologram gets ascended. So rather than her ascending 95% in the time of that French Revolution, whenever that was, it could have been many years later, that 5% combined with the 95, and then she was 100% complete from that part onwards. And so quantumly, hence the word quantum, from that point forward, her shoulder was healed. And so that's how it came to heal in this lifetime, here and now, because her holographic body had shattered off. We found that missing part, integrated it, repaired it with its hologram. And so from there, she was complete for that particular event.
Wow. So you were able to find the shattered off piece and put it back where she became whole. Because I remember, my God, maybe 20 years ago, going into a museum and seeing a holographic whatever, and I know how it is, but you can see in this quantum holographic work that you do, whatever part of the body has been misplaced somewhere where it shouldn't be.
It
Wow.
represents as the whole person, because the hologram is the whole person.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
So that's what I see, and I see it as if it's happening in real time. So I've actually just come to use the word remote view because that's the best way to describe it, is that I am remote viewing your past lives. And the same for ancestral. I don't know about the hologram shattering off with ancestral, but ancestral is held in your field.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what can happen. So that's how deep-seated events can, I won't say cured from just 1 hour session, but you can certainly gain a lot of understanding and information of your personality traits, why you don't like a particular product, if you're allergic to this, that, or anything else. That can all come out within the quantum holographic healing.
Debbie, this to me, you and I could go on and on and on, but the time goes here. And I have to tell you, I am mesmerized, fascinated, intrigued by the work that you're doing, because I've met so many people who are in this line of work, more or less. The healers, the psychics, the tarot readers, the astrologers, and all of these people who do all kinds of healing work, sound and everything else. And what fascinates me with you're the first one that I've met that speaks your truth by saying you're very analytical. And even though you can go into these realms, you're not quite sure about them. And I love that about you, because that says a lot. You know, the time flies here. Tell me, or tell us, or leave us with some important pearls of wisdom, food for thought, and let us know where we can connect with you.
The important pearls of wisdom would be, you're not broken, you're out of alignment.
Woo.
And I just help put you back into alignment. And people can find some recordings. I have actually managed to create a 60-minute video short from a 1 hour session on my YouTube channel, which is Resonate, REZONATE, with my name, Debby, with a Y, Emeny, with a Y. So Resonate, Debby Emeny. You'll find my YouTube channel, and there's lots of self-help and information on there. So that would be my first point of contact. My website is simply resonate, REZONATE.co.nz, because I live in the beautiful New Zealand.
It is beautiful. I've been there twice, and I tell you, it's beyond beautiful. It's wholesome, and it's green, and it's fresh, and the people are genuinely. Debbie, you're in my heart. You'll be here forever, and I don't ever intend to divorce you. So stay tuned. And let me close out the show, and then I'll be with you in just a second. And thank you. This was really very enlightening for me in so many different ways. I'm thrilled for our connection. And as we close today, my League of Eagles, remember, it's Joy's Radio, Leaders in Light, Love, and Legacy. Your presence is not something you perform. It's something you embody. When your outer expression aligns with your inner truth, and Debbie spoke to this in a different way, you don't just enter rooms, you shift them. And if this conversation spoke to you, I invite you to continue this journey with me. If you're getting any value out of this radio broadcast, and I'm sure that you will, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Debbie's YouTube channel, which we're going to put on her poster that will go out, and all the other means and ways that you can connect with her. She's on almost all of the important major social media platforms. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my Joy's Radio show and my YouTube channel. I'm also on my website and almost every other platform that you can think of. So join me again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Joy's Radio show and the website and all the other channels, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, coming soon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. And whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe to the channels, because we look for and need and love you to be a part of our communities. Like, comment, and share each episode that we present to you. And remember our theme this month. Oh, it's a biggie. They all are. The power to care and the power to lead. So until we connect next time, stand in your truth, elevate your presence, and own the spotlight with and in grace. And don't forget to connect with Debby. Oh, I'm going to attempt to say her name again, Debby Emeny. And then you'll be able to get to know all of the other exciting work that she's doing. With love and light from my heart to yours, I send you much, much love, now and always. Be and stay well. All the best. Cheers.